Yeah, Elsinore. So. Alright guys, we have a little gym meetup today with some homies. Here they are before we get pumped and massive. So this is the before. About a week ago I was in SoCal, made a little shout out on Facebook and Instagram saying, hey guys, whoever wants to hang out at Gold's Gym, Murrieta, let's do it. So some of my homies came, much appreciated, good times guys, good times. And we got a good upper body lift day in. Had a really good time, everyone pushed themselves everyone was going pretty hard on these OHPs, but that just happens to be one of my favorite lifts. But we kicked ass, had a great time. I'm going to answer some questions from my Facebook little questionnaire I asked you guys. So I have a ton of questions I'll be going over in this video. But first, a little footage of some OHP.
This too. You got it? Yeah, I got it. You want to do it on the side right here? Yeah, like one.
I personally
Hey, I better not get any fucking comments or shit camera skills.
You will. Mad Ogus.
Preston, how much is this?
205.
205. If he hits 5, we gotta buy him Chipotle.
Oh, go.
Strong. 2. 3. 4. No Chipotle!
Nobody owes me Chipotle. Oh, but it's flopping on this. I'm all over that. Shit. Yeah, like 6 waters. Half rep. 3/4 of a rep. Fuck.
So I left off with the last vlog talking about training through injuries, or actually avoiding them. I gave you guys resources like the Kelly Starrett book, Becoming a Supple Leopard. Gave you some links, mobilitywod.com. Learning things, learning how to position yourself, your movements, your exercises, how you squat, deadlift, and so on, so that you don't create problems with your body. So you maintain good form, good posture in your daily life, and so on. Just avoiding injuries. Now, if you do get injuries, whether it's from training or just you trip on a rock, you break some shit, let things heal. Don't be super anxious to get back in the gym and make things worse. You definitely don't want to do that. So you want to give yourself time to rest, recuperate, let your bones, your joints and so on heal back up, your muscle heal back up, and then when you get back into the game, be very careful. So that's my advice for that. And if you injured yourself doing certain exercises, certain ways, learn your mistake. Learn from your mistake. Don't injure yourself freaking OHPing with bad form because you broke some rotator cuff or tore something, messing up your with bad OHP the first time around. So learn from your mistakes when it comes to lifting weights and injuries, and correct your dysfunctional issues, whatever it may be. So that's why I recommended the Mobility WOD site, as well as the Becoming a Supple Leopard book. So work on that kind of stuff and it'll pay you off in the long run, definitely. So I'm going to go to the next question on my Facebook. Where did that go? There it is. Basics and so he Declan wants to know the pros and cons of carb cycling for cutting and bulking as opposed to regular deficits and surplus. Okay, so carb cycling is any form of increasing or decreasing your carbohydrates. Generally, you have to have your carbohydrates tracked.
What up, Sergio? Yeah, what's your name? Robert, what up?
If this was me 5 years ago, carb cycling would consist of eating a ton of bananas, potatoes, oatmeal, more than normal, and having a low carb day would be not eating as much bananas, oatmeal, and so on. To correctly carb cycle accurately, you actually have to be tracking the macronutrients. That's something I didn't do in the past. So just I'm leaving that out there for everyone to know. For best results, track your macros. And now in terms of pros and cons of carb cycling, I think it's a really individual thing. Some people prefer to eat more on days that they train. Some people prefer to eat more on days that they train certain body parts. Will it necessarily help you lose more weight? Not necessarily. Though I do see benefit in getting more food in on days, or perhaps before heavy workouts, leg days, deadlift days, and so on. So if you train in the morning, it may be beneficial to, say, place a refeed or a high carb day and have a lot of those carbs towards the end of the day before a morning training session where you're doing deadlifts, squats, and so on. Now if you train in the evening, it may be beneficial to place a high carb day or refeed day the day of, leading up to that training session. So I can see it being beneficial in that sort of way, and perhaps you just feel like you don't need as much carbohydrates in your system to do your chest, shoulder, tri workout. And now you could...
Alright, whoever hits these 125's for more reps wins the bet. If he wins the bet, I give him a gym Shark Tank. If I win the bet, I don't know, I think he buys me Chipotle or something.
Siphon or transfer those to other days of the week where you feel like it might be more beneficial to you, all the while keeping the overall caloric intake the same. Refeeds, like a refeed Saturday, for example, that is a form of carb cycling, since you have a higher day and lower days. Aside from that, I can see some psychological benefits of carb cycling. For example, the high Monday, the medium Tuesday, the low Wednesday, and so on. I feel like it could get someone in good, what's the right word? I feel like it can keep someone motivated in terms of their training or their diet. I can see how it might be more exciting than, say, a straight regular caloric deficit day per day with a refeed on Saturday. I can see those kind of benefits. And now in terms of, like I said, like more than normal fat loss, I don't really see it as like a magic pill of any sort. All right, I'm gonna move on. Next question. Ryan looks like he wants to know how to work on his underdeveloped chest. Honestly, first and foremost, just time. I'm talking months, years of training that chest, and patience, and also progressive overload. But first and foremost, you want to take a look at your form and make sure that you're actually targeting the chest, all the exercises that you have been doing. And of course, if you have just been doing push-ups and exercises that are body weight, for example, you may not develop that chest that you have always wanted. But let's say you are doing dumbbell presses, chest presses, bench presses, and so on. Take a look at your form and make sure that the chest is actually working, and make sure you can feel it working. You want a good form, good mechanics for your lifting, so you can actually target the muscles you're going for. So when it comes to the chest, one of the mistakes is not keeping those shoulders down behind you, not smashing them into the bench. By letting them hunch forward, you're letting the shoulders, one, take a fucking beating, but also you're not letting the chest take the full load, or the most of the load. You're kind of allowing the shoulders, the front delt, and so on to take to take more of that weight than necessary. And really, you should be targeting your chest. So keep those shoulders back. And you'll actually be stronger in that position as well, mechanically more powerful, and at the same time you'll be able to target your chest in a safe way without destroying your shoulders. Last but not least, take a look at the overall time frame that you've been lifting, or perhaps doing certain exercises. Like if you've only done bench press for a year and a half, but you've never done dumbbell press, then that could be a big reason why your chest may be the size it is. The dumbbell bench press, a lot of people prefer in terms of chest hypertrophy rather than the flat bench press. And I like both, but I can see how a lot of people don't really feel the flat bench press in their chest as much as the dumbbell bench press. And if you haven't been doing that, try out the dumbbell bench press and then force those numbers to rise over time. through just progression. You know, this week you did 3 sets of 8 on your dumbbell press with the 50s. Next week you're going to try sets of 9. But let's say you only get sets of 9 on 2 of those sets. The last set has a set of 7. Keep trying. The next time you do it, go for that 3 sets of 9 and create progression schemes or choose a progression pattern that you like doing. For example, you hit 3 sets of 5 before you up that first set and try to hit 8. So as soon as you hit 3 sets of 5, you work on 3 sets of 6 or 3 sets of 7, 3 sets of 8, and you don't bump up the weight until you hit certain goals in terms of those reps, in terms of the overall volume. So whatever the scheme may be, create a scheme for yourself and stick to it. This may be the last topic, and it is skinny guys who never gain weight no matter what they do. I think Chris and I talked about this like yesterday or the day before, maybe even today. But it's kind of funny. Like, you just have to eat more. Like, as simple as that. And it's funny because people who contest prep or get low body fat, they get so hungry. They realize hunger and they feel the hunger. And in our current mind states, we're like, who the hell can't eat more? Who can eat more? Because that's all we can think about is like, dude, that feels awesome eating. Eating is fun. It's cool. But I guess, you know, there's a lot of people without appetites that just don't feel like eating, although that's what's required for them to gain the weight. And if that's the case for a lot of for you guys out there who you're skinny, your metabolism may be fast, or maybe you don't know how your metabolism is, you just can't seem to gain weight with whatever food you're eating. Log in all the food that you're currently eating. Perhaps you're not getting enough protein. If you're not getting in a gram per pound of protein, per pound body weight of protein, then you might want to go for that, or maybe slightly higher. Get that in. You know, make sure your fats are, well, it depends on your body weight, your lean body mass. But if you're getting like 20 grams of fat a day, you're skimping yourself there. So, you know, get a good, depending on your body weight and your preference and how macros seem to work for you, maybe 50, 60, 70, or even upwards of that in terms of grams of fat. Maybe you're just not getting enough fat. And of course, the caloric surplus. So find that point that makes you gain weight and milk it. You know, 3,000 calories isn't doing it for you. 3,100 until that stops. And of course, foods. Pick foods that are easy to eat. Cinnamon Toast Crunch on this bitch. I love that shit. Eat some cereal. Eat some foods that you can down really easily without filling up your stomach to full capacity. Just eat foods that you enjoy eating, and find those foods you enjoy eating. There's a lot out there. There's a lot of different
Chipotle now, guys. You ready for Chipotle, bro?
I'm ready for Chipotle.
Oh. All right, guys. Gym meet day down here in Riverside, California. Murrieta was successful. Had a good one. Thanks everyone for coming out. Really appreciate it. Thanks to the Chipotle crew for helping me enjoy a good burrito. Good times. Good times. More to come. San Diego, SoCal all over again. So make sure to come out for the next one. Definitely. Peace.
Hey, quit being a little bitch! Ogus cake!